Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Inside Arena Football. I'm your host, as always, joined by a special guest. Please welcome Philip Barnett from the Jacksonville Sharks.
How are y'all doing, man? I appreciate it.
So, how's 2021 been treating you?
It's been good. Can't complain, man. I'm glad we're getting back out there, playing some little bit of football. So, knocking the rust off a little bit, getting ready for the season. So, can't complain.
So, take us through where we got into football. It's like I saw that you got the chance to play high school football up in Ohio as well as play at the league. So, what got you into arena?
I didn't hear anything you just said.
What got you into arena football?
Oh, what got me in arena football? Actually, my receivers coach in high school ended up being the head coach of the arena football team down in Cincinnati. So I ended up playing with him for my first 4 or 5 years. Played in Cincinnati for about 2 years for the Cincinnati Commandos. And then we went down to Dallas, Texas for the Texas Revolutions in the IFL. And then we went up to Nashville Venom, started playing with them. So after I ended up coming home from college, sat out for 2 years. And I was talking to him. I was like, man, I want to get back into football. And he said, are you sure you're ready to start playing arena football? You're not going to be able to go back to college and play. And I was like, yeah, man, I don't think I'm going to go back to school to play. So I'm ready to get into the arena game. So I was playing with him for those 4 years, and then ended up getting a shot with the Tampa Bay Storm after I played with them for 4 years. And it just started from there.
Obviously, you had a lot of success. Obviously, with that rookie year in arena football, going undefeated and winning a championship, and you've won 2 other championships in 2 other leagues. So I would say you're used to success, obviously. So do you feel like that's going to translate well to a very successful program like the Sharks?
Oh yeah, Jacksonville. They're already one of the top arena organizations anyway. So they're used to winning. So I'm happy to be here. So my hard work and what Jacksonville Sharks has already for the previous season is just looking to bring another championship here in Jacksonville.
Obviously, we mentioned earlier about the fact that you've played high school football in Ohio, which, while obviously states like Florida, California, Texas get brought up a lot with the best state discussions for talent, but also Ohio's produced a lot of great teams. So, how would you describe the football you played there?
I mean, we're more of the power football up in Ohio. We still got some speed there too. So we got a little bit of best of both worlds back in Ohio. So, and we can play in the cold weather up in Ohio too.
So yeah, obviously, I think we talked a little bit before the show about the idea of playing in warm weather when you're used to Ohio, but obviously you play with the Storm, so you're already a bit more familiar with Florida than someone would be if they just got down here.
Yeah. The thing was, when I was in Tampa, we actually practiced in the morning, and here in Jacksonville, we practice in the evening. So, but it's not like we're practicing in the 5 p.m. The heat at that time. It's around 7. So the heat isn't as bad, at least not now. So we're gonna find out in the next week or so how this Florida heat's gonna hit us.
You also had the chance to play college football at Toledo, which plays in the MAC conference. How would you describe the competition you faced there?
Yeah, so actually I didn't even get to play in college because I had to sit out my first year, and I ended up coming home within my first year. So I didn't get to play. I didn't play any college ball.
Take us inside an arena football locker room. What would you say is been one of the most memorable experiences or stories that you're willing to share, obviously, from your time in arena football?
Let me think. I mean, it's always just like a family in the locker room. So we're always clowning, having fun in the locker room before games, before practices. But I mean, at the same time, we're still focused on the game, so I can't really give too much insight inside that locker room. It's nothing too crazy. There's just
Uh,
always a.
how hard was it? Oh, go ahead.
I didn't hear you.
Uh, I was saying, go ahead.
Oh, no, I don't have anything else to say about it.
Okay. Uh, how hard would you say it was to adjust from playing outdoors to indoor in football?
Um, as a receiver, it's really just the alignments, the spacing. I mean, you're still running routes. You just have to know the angles that you're taking. You gotta be able to read the coverages on the go on the fly. So I mean, it's still football. It's just it's condensed. So you just have to learn that the angles and alignments and stuff like that of the arena game. So I mean, my first year playing, I didn't play the first half of the season, but then after that, it was I pretty much picked up on everything after that.
You had also had an opportunity to play with several great organizations. Obviously, we already mentioned the Tampa Bay Storm, and also you play with the Carolina Cobras. What was that experience like?
Man, being with Billy, his chemistry is unreal. Like he know how to pick players to build the chemistry together. So always playing with him. It's always fun and it's always like a family with him.
As we mentioned earlier, you've had a chance to win three championship titles in three different leagues. What would you say that experience like is to be able to? Because some players go through their entire careers and never win a championship. You had a chance to already. You've won three of them. So, like, what's that experience like? Just be able to hold up that championship trophy at the end of the year.
Man, it's unreal, man. Just like I was saying before, like with well, all my championships came with Billy, I believe. Yeah, all my championships came with Billy. So it's just like playing with him, man. It's unreal because it's just like the chemistry is there. It's the family. So it was just fun, like fun and exciting just being there.
As you head into the season with the Jacksonville Sharks, how have you prepared for the season?
Well, back home, I was training with my guy Tyler Williams. He's played at Akron, yeah, Akron. And then I was training with my other guy Johnny Long, and he actually went to Akron too. So I was working with them too. One of them was specifically for receivers, and the other one just a great trainer. So I've just been training there the last year and a half. So now that pretty much got me in shape for this season coming up.
Obviously, we mentioned already about the Sharks being one of the most successful programs in arena football. But do you feel like there's any added pressure to when you walk into an organization like that, or is that just something that you're already accustomed to?
Yeah, I'm pretty much accustomed to it. I mean, maybe if I haven't won a championship before and with other teams, then maybe it'd be added pressure. But we still have a great team here, and it's just another piece of the puzzle. I'm just another piece of the puzzle. So
Obviously, COVID-19 has had a huge impact on nation and internationally, like nationwide and internationally. But how would you say that COVID-19 has affected your preparation for the season?
I mean, it really didn't affect it. I mean, only thing that I could say is we haven't played in a year and a half. So I mean, that's the only tough part because I've still been training, even if it was out outside working out on my own or training with the trainers that I've been working with. So
So in a way, it's almost like a situation where like the only thing it really stopped is like grouping up as a team to train, but most players still train on their own. So in that way, that part was really unaffected.
right, exactly. So I mean, only thing is really we didn't get to play for a year and a half. We haven't had the game speed. That's pretty much it. And putting the pads on and hitting each other. So that's the only difference with, with COVID-19 hitting. So.
Do you feel potentially playing in front of limited fans, or even in some cases no fans, during the season will take away from what makes the arena football game special?
Of course, 'cause, I mean, the fans make arena so much more fun. So, I mean, of course, it's a fast and exciting game, but having those fans screaming and yelling is nothing like it. And right there, right on top of you, you're gonna fall in the stands with fans. I'd much rather fall on the fans than fall on the concrete. The fans were there slapping you, having fun, giving you fives. So much rather have that than none at all.
What are some of the biggest differences in preparation when for playing on the road as an arena player versus at home?
Uh, I actually like playing on the road because the fans are rowdy and we want to go in there and shut the fans up. So I wouldn't really say it's like the preparation is a big deal. I just like going in there trying to shut the fans up and have a good time with the away fans as well. So
Yeah, that kind of sounds like the way I think about games too.
yeah.
What are some of the biggest things you try to focus on with improving your skills as a receiver?
Uh, Really just small technical things, being able to get in and out of breaks, explosion, being able to read the defense. Uh, Pretty much is watching film. Because that's the main part really is being able to know what the defense is knowing what the defense is doing. So
And with that, what would you also say what would you say is like the biggest thing you like focus on like in off-season prep?
more explosion for myself. More explosion and quick agility. That's pretty much what I try to focus on. So I'm already strong. My hands are strong. I can catch the ball. So I just really want to get quicker in and out of my breaks. So
What would you say has changed the most since year one to now with your play style?
I didn't hear you.
From year one to now, what would you say has changed the most with your playing style?
Uh, just being more knowledgeable of the game. I mean, I'm not as fast as I was my first year playing, but I mean, just knowing the arena game is much easier than it was whenever I first started playing.
And what would you say has changed the most with preparation? Would you still say it's the kind of the same thing, like just knowing the game more and like knowing like to put more time into film study?
Yeah, it's more mental game for me because I know arena football now. So I mean, knowing even like watching more film, even knowing what the defense is doing even more, seeing more things. That's pretty much the main thing for me. I mean, I still get out, run routes, work out. So
Obviously we talked a little bit earlier about like just the inside the like arena locker room and the experiences there, but what would you say has been like some of the most memorable experiences with like on the field that you've had at this stage of your career?
uh oh, let's see. Well, on the field, really just winning those championships, man. There's nothing like winning championships. And I know whenever we won it in Carolina, we ended up going on a cruise, and that was a fun time. That was the first time I've ever been on a cruise. So
Yeah, like I saw that. Like you're part of the Carolina team that dominated what was a like a solid organization in Columbus.
yeah,
Like just obliterated them.
yeah, it was like 66-8 or something like that.
What was like the experience in that game? Like did y'all go into the game expecting that kind of result, or did things just start going your way and then you're like, holy wow, we might blow them out bad tonight?
Well, we knew they didn't have their starting quarterback with Mason Epson. I can't even say his last name. Epsinosa. I knew we knew that he was hurt. He had hurt his ankle or knee pretty bad. So it was going to be a slim chance of him playing. But we didn't think we were going to beat them 66-8. We thought it was going to be at least. We thought it was going to be closer. But once things just started rolling, it just kept rolling our way. So.
How long into that game did it take to realize that this game was in the game was back?
Halftime. Halftime. I forgot what the score was at halftime, but it was a lot to a little at halftime. So at that point, we was like, things keep rolling how it is, then this score just gonna keep going up for us. Because our defense was playing lights out and our offense was clicking.
Would you say there's like any is there like one moment or like play that you still cherish now at this point in your career?
Oh yeah. This play in Tampa. I wasn't playing much that game, and I caught a hitch route, and I don't even know how I even got out of it. I ended up stiff arming the cornerback, ended up spinning out on another player, and dude hit me and my helmet came off. The ref didn't blow the whistle till after I scored. So but the play was dead when my helmet came off, and that play was crazy.
Wow,
that might have been the best play I had in my arena career.
Who would you say like during your career would you have you seen as your biggest rival?
Biggest rival. Orlando when I was in Tampa. And then when I played in Cincinnati, it was this team called Marion Blue Racers and Erie Explosion. Those are my biggest rivals.
I have heard about obviously like with Orlando and Tampa, obviously the war on I-4, and like that seems to be like a rivalry in general. Like anytime it's a Tampa versus Orlando, so I know like with USF and UCF, that's another one. It's a war on I-4. I wonder if that's where they got the idea for the rivalry name.
Yeah, probably. Those games were crazy, and the fans were always into the game. And it was always a packed game too. And whenever we played Orlando, it was always a good game. So I definitely love those games.
Now with you being with the Sharks, and could there be a possibility of obviously like playing the Cobras at some point? Like, how do you think that will feel playing against a team that you had a lot of experience playing with?
Yeah, we actually played them our first home game, so June 12th or 14th or something like that. We actually played. They actually come to Jacksonville, so it's gonna feel good playing. Yeah, it's definitely gonna feel good playing against them. I can't wait till we play in Carolina. It's gonna be a fun game. Fun game. Talking to some of the fans that I was there whenever I was playing, so it's gonna be good going back to my second, third home, or whatever you want to call it.
Obviously, we talked about some of the best experiences through your career. What would you say have been some of the most challenging experiences?
Well, I mean, when I was in the AFL, I didn't really start, so that was tough because I knew the talent that I had, and I thought that I should have been playing. So that was rough. That was probably the roughest part. And then my first year in Tampa, I actually tore my LCL in my knee, so that recovery was tough.
how what was that experience like? How rough was it to rehab from that to get yourself back into game shape?
I didn't hear you.
How tough was that experience with trying to like get yourself back into game shape coming off a major injury like that?
Well, I was determined to get back, but the thing was, it happened at the end of the year, so I only had 5-6 months to get back to full recovery before camp started. But really the hardest part was like the first month. After that, I was able to start rehabbing hard and getting back ready for the season.
Who have been some of the coaches and players who've had like a huge impact on your football life, and how so?
Well, at first it was Billy and my brother. I played with my brother for my first 4 years. I played with him 5 or 6 years together. And Billy, he just really taught me the game. My brother, he was always on me, always teaching me part of the game. And then whenever I got to Tampa, being with T.T. Tyler, the legend, I mean, he was really teaching me the game. He was showing me the ropes of the arena football. So even more than what I knew from the lower level leagues.
Are there any goals that you're hoping to accomplish in your career before calling it quits?
I didn't hear you.
Are there any like major goals that you have in the rest of your career before calling it quits that you want to accomplish?
Really just passing the game to the younger guys and winning as many championships as I can while I'm still playing.
Okay. Could you see yourself like in a front office or a coaching role after your playing days?
I definitely want to coach somewhere, even if it's high school or getting into arena, and just passing what I know.
All right. Well, it's been a blast talking to you. Any closing thoughts before we finish up here?
Man, just getting ready for the season, man, and go Sharks.
All right. That's Philip Barnett from the Jacksonville Sharks. I'm your host, Hunter Williams, as always, keeping y'all locked in on all things arena football. And best of luck to the Sharks.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Action sports have been quiet for too long. We've all missed the sound of engines revving, wheels spinning, and crowds roaring. But now, Nitro Circus is back, and we're gonna make some noise. Look out, we're ready to party. The You Got This Tour 2021. 30 shows across North America, featuring the best in FMX, skate, BMX, and scooter, with more huge world's firsts, more insane stunts, more crazy contraptions, and more high adrenaline fun than ever before. North America, get ready for the most action-packed show on earth. We're coming soon to blow your minds at a stadium near you. Get your tickets now at nitrocircus.com.